There is a disaster quietly unfolding right now. Driven by crushing financial pressure, many are going to extreme lengths just to make it. The desperation to escape poverty has turned daily survival into a ruthless sprint. But what exactly are they rushing toward? Usually, it is a mirage. People take photos next to private jets they have never even flown in, carefully curating a digital life to project an image of success. Meanwhile, the reality for the masses looks like this: a chaotic, grueling daily grind just to navigate the streets and put food on the table. The gap between the internet's manufactured glamour and everyday economic survival is staggering. There is a flaw in this endless pursuit. If you are only chasing a finite pile of cash, you will eventually run out of breath. Gathering resources without an underlying system to replenish them guarantees eventual burnout. Stop calling yourself a hustler. That label is tied to a continuous cycle of exhaustion. True financial dominion requires stepping off this carnal treadmill and adopting a superior kingdom blueprint. Consider the definition of riches. If I hand you a thick fan of Naira, the official currency of Nigeria, or any other cash, you are instantly rich. Riches mean you possess an abundant supply of financial resources. Money isn't wealth. Wealth requires static resources plus an active looping system to replenish them. Without this engine, capital is vulnerable and mathematically destined to run dry over time. This foolproof replenishing engine draws its power from a deeply rooted spiritual architecture. You can be rich without being wealthy. To build a self-sustaining financial reality that defies normal depletion, you have to master the spiritual laws that govern physical money. Everything in our physical world starts out invisible. By the order of divine design, massive physical manifestation, including lasting financial abundance, has its origins in the unseen realm of the spirit. Think of a giant oak tree. The sprawling branches above ground are completely dependent on a complex root system working underground, out of sight. Attempting to build lasting wealth purely through economic formulas while ignoring those unseen roots is like planting a seed on a concrete sidewalk. It may look like progress, but it cannot sustain itself. This brings us to the first spiritual law of economics: absolute surrender. This step is not about handing over your cash. It is about yielding your heart entirely to a higher authority. The state of your heart acts as the invisible infrastructure for everything you build. Without that absolute surrender, any money you gain lacks spiritual protection and holds zero value in the broader kingdom. Once the foundation is set, the system requires an engine. The laws of tithing and radical generosity act as the gears that keep the entire wealth system moving. When your resources flow in and hit the mental trap of greed, the entire system stops. The act of giving functions as a hammer to shatter that blockage, allowing your resources to circulate freely again. There is a psychological truth here. Whatever you refuse to give away secretly controls you. By hoarding, you turn your own resources into an idol that chokes off your future supply. The system requires consistency. If you are only an occasional giver, the engine stutters, and you will only see occasional supplies. We see this in the irony of spiritual economics. Those who desperately hoard every penny often find themselves mysteriously poor, despite their hard work. Meanwhile, radical givers build an almost unbreakable financial immunity. Radical giving is not a loss of physical assets. It is the spiritual mechanism that ensures your personal wealth system neither stagnates or runs dry. Once you install this spiritual architecture, your entire mindset shifts. The motivation for generating wealth moves away from carnal competition and transforms into a desire to fund a higher, divine purpose. Purpose-driven wealth creates tangible human impact. It looks like putting food in the hands of the hungry, supporting global missionaries, and sustaining communities that would otherwise be left behind. Operating within this flow builds an impenetrable financial immunity, shielding your resources from the unpredictable downturns and economic crises of the physical world. It is time to drop the hustler title. That word is rooted in endless struggle. Choose a better name. Call yourself a light carrier, a priest, or a king. Take a hard look at your own financial life. Are you accumulating a dead pile of riches for your ego, or are you building a living, breathing system of wealth? Giving is the truest form of living. Real, lasting wealth manifests when you stop trying to be a bucket and become a limitless conduit for purpose.